Welcome to Tarja Michelle's ministry. I thank each and every one of you for coming and um for coming and watching, coming and watching. For those that subscribe, thank you. For those that don't, just come and view, thank you. I thank you for any way that you come, any way that the Lord leads you to come. So I just want to say thank you, thank you for the newcomers that just come along and just I thank God. I'm gonna try not to be on here long. I wanted to say, God gave me something today, and I want to talk about it. It's called Behind the Veil. So I'm gonna give it to you the way He gave it to me. Behind the veil. It's something like a mask. It's just like wearing a mask. But anyway, He wants you to know that He wants you to come to Him in the way that you would go to your friends. This is what I'm getting. The way that you would go and talk to your friends, He wants you to come behind the veil. I'm gonna read it to you too, right here. But He wants you to come behind the veil and talk to Him like you would talk to your very own friends. And that means that when you got a problem, sometimes we got a tendency to go to other people instead of going to God. But sometimes God will lead you to go to certain people, but you have to make sure that you led to go there. So what I want to talk about is behind the veil. Okay, it says, let's see, let me read some of this to you. But see, I read it to you because I'm not, I read the Bible, but I ain't no Bible verse person. I have to look stuff. I come out my spirit with stuff that just is instilled with my spirit. So I'm in tune with the Holy Spirit. So I want you to know. I'm gonna read this to you. Some of y'all can read me up and down in the Bible. I don't know the Bible like that, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I know some of the Bible. I don't know the whole Bible, but I will tell you this. I know the Spirit of the Lord live within me, and I know that some of this Bible is instilled in me. So what I want you to know is this. 1 Corinthians 3:16. But when one turns to the Lord, the veil is removed. So this is he's saying that's what he's saying. He wants you to come to him and remove your veil. Come to him as you are. That's what he's saying. So he can well actually I'm gonna put it another way. Come to him as you are, and he will remove the veil from you. I'm put it that way. So if you come to, he said, come as you are, come as you are, and as you come as you are, he's going to remove the veil from you. Now this is why I tell you this. Some of y'all, and I'm gonna tell you something. Some of y'all been going through a very, very hard time. You've been going through people trying to block you, people trying to stop you, people trying to come up against you, and you doing all you can to do what God has asked you to do. So long as you doing what God asked you to do, you don't have to worry about nobody else. But what I want you to know, even though they came up against you, you still here. I want you to think about that. So you have no reason to hide behind any kind of mask or no veil because you have been justified and fabricated of who you are because you are still here. They tried to break you. They tried to put you down in every form of fashion that they could. And God revealed some things to me, but I can't even say nothing about it. But I want you to know that you are protected. Some of y'all are physically protected, and I don't even know it, but you're physically protected. And I'm not talking about in the spiritual world, but you're physically protected. Okay, so just know that God has his hands on you. He wants you to know you can come to him any kind of way that you are and talk to him. When you trying to get past something, he wants you to keep coming to him. Keep asking him to heal you with that. You may not have the whole understanding of why it's like that or why you had to go through that. But you can't look at the why. You just have to know what was called for you to do. When God would call you to go through that, when those people tried to attack you, when that enemy came up and brought everybody that he could bring up against you. But you got to know that when he brought that enemy up against you, you still standing. They don't know why you still standing. They don't understand because see, you when you went to God, you came from behind the veil. When you went to God, you came in your true self, crying, snotty nose. You came from behind the veil. So he wants you to know that that they want to know they done tried everything they could to break you, everything they could to stop you, and you want to stop because it's plenty days I want to stop. But God said, no, I called you for a purpose. It's a reason. It's a reason. You almost at the breakthrough. You got to keep moving. And so I began to, pour myself more into God, more into meditation, more into the spirit. And I kept saying, Lord, I need you to help me. I need you to just touch me, Lord. I was up in my protection, up in my protection. And as I was up in my protection, I realized something about my car. I said, oh, when I go out here to my car, something don't feel right. I felt like nobody was tapping with my car in the natural. I feel like someone was tapping with my car in the spirit. So I began to, do what God told me to do to protect myself. So I said, Lord, I thank you. But see, he'll let you know when the enemy come up against you and how they'll come up against you. So I want you to know that because you become behind coming from behind the veil, you come into a new place and a new place in Jesus and God. You come to a new place. Some of y'all about to be this. You're already blessed because first of all, you came snotty nose, tear nose. That means you ain't had no time to put no mask on. You came like you was. You came snotty crawling, falling down on your knees. God gonna bless you because you came from behind that veil that you've been behind all these years. That means that you giving it to God. And and some of y'all want a second chance with something. I've been picking that up. Some of y'all want a second chance in something. But this is what I want you to know. God is not saying He's not gonna give you a second chance. He's not saying that. What He's saying is He gonna give you what you ask for, as long as you do what He asks you to do. If you resonate with this, because what I'm telling you should already been fabricated or already been confirmed to you. So I'm just telling you behind the veil. He wants you to know to keep pushing yourself forward. Because they tried to destroy. I seen it very clearly last night. But I dreamed. I never slept so good in my life. I done slept good, but I slept peacefully last night. Really, really peacefully. And as I was asleep, I could hear God saying, um, he was giving me, I woke up, when I opened my eyes, I could see behind the veil. He was letting me know that some of y'all is struggling with some stuff. Some of y'all got sleepless nights. Some of y'all can't, y'all trying to get yourself balanced, which is good. That means that you letting go of that mask and you coming to God as you are. So when you come to God as you are, that's a good thing. So what I want to tell you is when he said, he said, but when one turn to the Lord, the veil is removed. So that means that He's removing the veil from you because you coming to Him as you are. You coming to Him pleading, Lord, help me to change, help me to do this right, help me to be the person that you want me to be behind the veil. So that means that He's working with you. He's putting you to a place where you can become higher in Him. And He wants you to know that how can I put it? When He was telling me this, um like I was telling you in the beginning, because He's giving me to give you this again. They tried to kill you. They tried to destroy you. They tried to put mark on your name. They tried to shame your name. They tried to do all that which they done to me. They tried to make you out to be a liar, promiscuous. Because see, let me tell you something about people. And I told y'all this one time before, but listen to me well. Whenever somebody want to mark your name, they mostly talking about themselves. Because when they got you in the street and you know you not that type of woman, you might have used to be that type of woman or that type of man, but God touched you. And you not like that no more. So when you become, when they say you promiscuous, because I hear this. When they say you promiscuous, when they say you was being, you out there in the world, you ain't this, you not that. I hear family members putting you down, saying this, and that, but you justified in the spirit with God. So when they do that to you, they basically have an unclean spirit with themselves. It's something not right with them because you know who you are in Christ. You know that you might have was a promiscuous woman. You might have was stepped on people back in the past. People love to keep you in your past, but you can't allow people to keep you in a place that you know that you don't belong no more. They can say what they want to say, but you can't. When they come up to you and say that, you have to either you hear that, or either they slander your name, they try to mess you up in all kind of ways. See, it's some stuff about me people don't know about me, and even my name. was messed up for a while. That's why I said when you go to look me up, you probably not gonna find me because my name, it was something in the system with my name wasn't right. So I'm finna tell you now. So that's why I tell you, if you're gonna look somebody up, you need to have all the information. Cause it's some, you could be done match something up. Cause it's thousands of people with the same name. You got to know what you're doing. So I want you to know that God has brought you from a mighty long ways. The only thing you need to do is give him praise that they didn't destroy you. They didn't bother. They messed up your character. They tried to. Well, let me put it that way. They tried to mess up your character, but they couldn't. But because God had already justified who you are. So just know that when the enemy come up against you, because you came to God and you came from behind the veil and you surrender, that means that he's getting ready to bless you because you came as you are. That's what he said, come as you are. Don't let nobody, because see, when we leave him, we're not going to be able to take these tangible things with us. We're going to have to go our authentic self. Whoever we are at that time, we have to go just like that. And we're going to have to go before a risen Savior. Those that believe in that. Everybody don't believe in that. So, whoever just resonate with. So just know that God, he cares about you and he loves you. He wants you to know that you can come to him as you are. You don't have to come to him, you know, in it, all, acting like you somebody else. He know who you are. He created you out his own image. Come to me as you are. That's why he said, don't wait on to change to come to me to give me your life to me. If you choose to open up your heart and let me in it, he said, don't wait. Come as you are, because he's gonna take the veil off of you. So that's what my message is today behind the veil. When you come to him, he began to take you from up under the veil. So what I want you to understand is this: you have to trust God in everything that you go through. You have to have a personal relationship with him so he can tell you things when people come to you and try to tell you something, even me. When people come to you and try to tell you something, you got to make sure that's what God said. Because the only thing I should be is confirmation to whatever you done been through or you going through. See, we all go through something. See, anybody that come to tell you that they are completely healed, they lying, because we healing every day. That's a lie. We trying to heal from something every day. Don't you ever let nobody tell you they completely healed, because they telling a lie. They are not. Ain't nobody completely healed, because you every day you trying to come across something. There's gonna be something come across you that in your spirit you need to heal from. So keep working on yourself. Keep work. Don't try to bring yourself from behind the veil. God gonna validate you to bring you behind the veil. When you come to him like you keep coming. I hear some of y'all at night. Y'all some praying people. I see it. I hear it. Y'all some praying people. Some of y'all some praying people. I do have some praying people on this channel. And I thank God for each and every one of you. And I feel like he has people that come across my channel that may be in a little different, whatever. I ain't gonna say belief, religion, or whatever, because I feel like God he's about righteousness, because that's what he gonna look at the end is righteousness. So I just feel like he look at your heart, what's in your heart, and I just want you to know if your heart is right, God is pleased because you got a compassion to do what he asks you to do when your heart is right. He wants you to open your heart up and let him into your heart, and he will accept you like you are. So just know that you don't have to come to him with a mask like you might have to go to your friends or you might have to go to your family members, but they don't understand you. Oh, and let me say this. Yeah, some of your family members try to come behind you, do all kinds of stuff behind your back too. But they tried to destroy it. They're waiting on God speaking to me, and they waiting on your downfall. They waiting for you to fall. They waiting for you to fall. They say this is what they're gonna say. I'm finna tell you what they're gonna say. God is speaking this to me. That's what they're gonna say. I told you she wasn't gonna be like that. I told you she ain't changed. See, that's what they waiting on your downfall. See, it's bad for family not to want a person to to be where they need to be. I have never been jealous of a family member when they was prosperous or when they was getting what they need to be. I'ma always encourage you if you can excel and go high, go high. I'm always tell you that. And watch it and ask God and watch how God when you don't be jealous of your family members and you don't try to control them, and you wish them the best, watch how God will bless you. Because see, He don't have a prospective person. He has perspective person for each one of us to do the will of him, where we all can prosper in different ways. But when one see with family, some family, now not all family, they don't want to see one get higher than the other, which I don't understand that, because it's no such thing as that. And see, this is why we can't stick together, because see, we want to hide behind the veil and stay stuck in them past situations, and we want to stay stuck in a place that God is trying to deliver us from. But we can't get delivered, if we can't let God deliver us, then we're gonna be stay stuck in the past, and stuck and stagnant, and and cannot move. See, that's not what He wants us to do. He wants us to come from behind the veil. But He, first of all, He wants you to do this: trust Him enough to come as you are. And then He gonna, all this other stuff that I'm telling you, gonna fall in place. Come as you are. Trust God to take you as you are. Take you, as you are. Messed up. You might be messed up. You might be messed up in the head. You might have bipolar. You might have a drug habit. You might have been molested. You might have been, kidnapped and raped, and all kind of stuff like that. I just see all kind of stuff. But God is able to heal you. And He's able to take that hurt of whatever hurt you so badly, and you become powerful. He gonna take that hurt that family member did to you if you come behind the veil. What if you let Him take you from behind the veil? If you that family member that hurt you so bad, it's been following you around for years and years and years, God is gonna help you to turn that into power. But that's what you do. That's what He does when He brings you from behind the veil. Because what He does is He take that pain that you've been fighting with, and fighting with, and you've been fighting with it in a place that you don't think that you're gonna ever heal from. But it is healing in Jesus Christ. It is healed. And let me see what she gave me. It is healed. It is healed in Jesus Christ. And see, and say, okay, and I'm gonna read this to you. There is, this is Ephesians 4 and 6. There are darkness in their understanding. This is the ones that refuse to listen to what God says. Now, this is what I'm telling you. I'm talking about the ones that's behind the veil. Okay, I ain't talking about. I'm not talking about the ones that's coming from behind the veil. I'm talking about the ones that are behind the veil. There is darkness in their understanding. They are alternated from life of God because of the ignorance that is in them, due to the hardness of the heart. Then I just told you that God deals with your heart. He deals with, you know, He go by what your heart feel. So He know if you wicked or not. He know if you wicked or not. But see, what we gotta understand is, don't nothing come. You don't nothing get past the Son, get to the Father until you go through the Son. You gotta understand. That's why He said you got to come from behind the veil, but you got to let Him help you come from behind the veil, because you can't do it on your own. And a lot of times we end up going around this circle for 40 something years, or 30, 40, 50 years, is because we try to do it in our own strength. We can't do it in our own strength. We got to do it in the strength of the Lord. Because if we don't do it in the strength of the Lord, this is what's going to happen. We're going to end up getting back with people that pull us back. We got to keep our strength strong in God, because if we don't keep our strength strong in God, guess what's going to happen? We're going to end up letting those people pull us back down in that dark hole again. And that's what the enemy wants. He wants you to be, and he been doing pretty good for a couple of years, for centuries of years, of keeping us blinded and not being able to see the truth. But I promise you, He want to keep you there because He wants you to die a drug addict. He wants you to die an alcoholic. He wants you to die in sin, promiscuous. He wants you to die not being saved. He wants you. That's how He wants you to go. He wants your soul. And I was listening to something the other day. I just don't believe that it's so many people that don't believe in God. But to each his own. You know, to each his own. I can't judge nobody. I'm not gonna judge nobody. I'm not gonna say nothing about that. But I just didn't know it was that many people that don't believe in God. But they hide under the name of Jesus, but they don't really know. They know of Him, but they don't really have a personal relationship with Him. They say He do so much for them. What He do, He said that the sun will shine on the unjust and the just. He said that. But they don't have a personal relationship, and that's what it's all about. It's really just having a personal relationship with God. That you gotta learn to praise Him when it's good, praise Him when it's bad. Don't never. I ain't gonna tell you that you gonna pray every day. Cause some days you get to the point you can't pray for yourself, but you better bet somebody else gonna pray for you. I done been there, and my aunt called me. She said, "I felt your spirit. I prayed for you." So I'm here to tell you that it's a song called that. You prayed for me, I prayed, somebody prayed for me. So you gotta know that when you don't got the strength and you fall up on that category, God in that category, God gonna send somebody to pray for you. I have been there. And I have been so broken in so many different situations that I know that it was somebody that prayed for me. Even since I've been saved. Because you go through so much in life and you go through so much, and when you the head of your household, of your immediate family, because I am the head of my immediate family. And then I have to pray for my family. So I am the head right now. I don't have a husband, so I am the head. So I have to pray for my children and my grandchildren. And I thank God for that He give me the strength to keep, because some days it get hard. Y'all wouldn't believe what I go through, what I have to deal with and still do this right here and deal with stuff on here. You would have no idea what I go through. But when you look at me, I promise you, God got me. Because if He was to take His hand off of me, I would crumble like dirt. Because I'm telling you, it's Him that's keeping me where I am, and I know this within myself, you know, because I have a lot that I do during the day, plus my business that I try to work in when I can, and I try to, do my little stuff when I can, and do what I need to do when I can. Because everything right now is right upon me by myself. I thank God that He give me the strength to be who I am, and be who I am in Him. I might not be the best that I could be, but I'm all that I can be in Him right now. And I thank God for that, because if you knew what I had to do in the course of the day, you would be shocked. Just to look at me on here, you will be shocked. You might can tell I'm tired sometimes, but I am blessed. But I thank God that He gave me the message to tell you that you don't have to be behind the veil. You can come and ask Him to give your life to you can give your life to Christ, so He can help you to come from behind the veil. He can help you to walk with Him and be free within yourself and within your spirit. And I thank God for that. I thank God for everything that He has done for me and my family. I thank God for each one of you. I know you're blessed, because if you listen to me, you're blessed. You're still here. I thank God for that. I just give God the praise of everything. Remember to always thank God for air, breath, that you can breathe, that you made it through COVID. You always give God the thanks and praise for what He's done for you. And know that He didn't have to, but He's seen something in you. And you got to always think that you was the chosen one. You might not be doing what God asked you to do, because it could be plenty of places that you could be, but you chose. God could have took you out when you was in your mother's womb, but He had a plan for your life. He had a plan for your life, and He is fulfilling His plan in your life. Whatever you thought wasn't gonna be, God is telling me it's gonna be. Whatever you think wasn't gonna be, it's gonna be. He says start. He's telling me to tell you stop worrying. Everything starts with a thought. Stop worrying. Just trust in God that He gonna help you to get where you need to be. Whatever you praying for, He gonna give it to you. Whatever you asking Him for, He gonna give it to you. He just need for you to come to Him and keep doing what you're doing. Keep coming to Him so you can break those cycles off of your life, so you won't go back down that dark path that you've been on, long time, and been stopping you from getting your blessings. See, that's what's been stopping you. You've been hooking up with the wrong people, the wrong spouse, the wrong job, people to work with. He getting ready to give you something and somebody that can mean you some good. Some people just got to cut loose because they mean you no good. And God is telling you that I've been telling you a long time, cut those folks loose. Not you cut them loose in love. You cut them loose because they can't go where you going. I couldn't, even though I loved my husband, I couldn't stay with him. God told me that. You know, it's as bad as it seems. And as bad as y'all think that you can pray for something, you cannot pray for something that God did not put you in. And he let me know I did not put you there. When that blind, this is how I knew. I'm gonna tell you something. This is how I knew when that blind man came to me. Y'all, I'll tell y'all a story about that. He told me God gonna forgive you for marrying the wrong man. So I knew then that, and I said, "How you know I'm married?" He said, "The Holy Spirit told me." I ain't never told that man I'm married. I ain't never told nobody that I was married, because you know I was ashamed. You know why I ain't tell nobody I was married? Because I had two other babies by another man. That's why I didn't tell nobody. So I knew God sent him. So if this is confirmation for you, then you know that God is speaking to you. Come from behind the veil. Ask him to show you how to come from behind the veil. Or go to God, and he can bring you from behind the veil. Whatever you need to do to come to God and do according to his holy will, then you need to do that. Ask God to help you to do what he has called you to do. And just keep trusting in the process. And keep yourself high vibration. Keep yourself prayed up. Meditate, fast. You might not, a lot of people think you gotta God told me, he said, because of me, he tell me, he said, Tasha, because he said it's hard for me to fast. I have so much I have to do during the day. And half the time I don't eat no way. It might not look like it, but sometimes I go out to get food. But let me tell you something, that food don't even be for me. That be from, people in here. But listen, I don't eat but one time a day because my work schedule is so, and sometimes I start to feel bad. And I'll be like, what is wrong? Come to find out I ain't ate all day. So I'm just here to tell you, this is what I go through. And I'm not just telling you this to tell you this. I'm just letting you know that God is with me. Because sometimes I actually have a day like that. And my daughter, she'll call me and she'll be like, Mom, did you eat today? And I'm like, no, I did. She said, you need to eat. So, I'll go find me something to eat. Either I'll go out and get something to eat and won't get myself nothing. But that's what I'm trying to tell you, that just trust God. In whatever situation that you're going, don't think that it's too much for you to bear. Just thank God that he helping you to get through. Because he helping me to get through this, what I'm going through. Trust what I tell you. So, if you're in a situation and you know that you're going through and it feel like a whole lot, and you feel like you got people coming upon you on this end, people coming upon you on this end, you feel like you just break down and you just want to fall down. You've been trusting God to take you through something you want to make right, and you feel like it's just not gonna go right. But God didn't say that. God said, "I just want you to come behind the veil." That's what God is saying. Come from behind that veil, and that's what He's telling me. Come from behind that veil. Let me help you come from behind it. Keep coming to me. Keep asking me for help. Keep falling on your knees until that yoke is broke. And ask God, and God gonna help you to get through whatever's tough, even though they come. See, this is how to end. This is how you know you're close to a breakthrough. Because you got them trying to attack you over here. You got them over here. They calling you and telling you that they ain't gonna be able to do this. They calling and tell you that's more stuff for you to do. You just got chaos all around your head. But then you close to your breakthrough. You right at the edge of whatever God getting ready to do in your life. You right at the edge. When you think that person gonna say no, bet they gonna say yes. When God done confirm to you that somebody gonna do what they say they gonna do, you better believe that they gonna do what they say they gonna do. You might not believe it in yourself, but you not God can tell you something you might not believe it. But God is telling you, whatever you think not gonna happen, He gonna work with that person. He gonna work. He gonna let you know. I hear him saying this to somebody. I'm working with that person. I'm breaking her down, breaking him down. I'm working with that person. They're gonna. I know you made a mistake. I hear this. I know you made a mistake, but I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna work on that person. Because whoever this is, the only way that you can get this to work right, God gonna have to do it for you. Ain't nothing else you can. Ain't no more tricks you can pull out your hat. That's what God is telling me. Ain't no more tricks you can pull out your hat. They're going to fix this. Only God can fix this. And you done came to the place when you dropped on your knees. You knew the only one can help you now is God. So you had to give it to him. And that's what he wanted. So I think you finally got to the place where he wanted you to be. That's when you start to come from behind the veil. I thank God for each and every one. I'm gonna cut it off right there. I thank God for each and every one of you. I thank you for liking and subscribing. I thank you for coming to the channel. I thank you for um just being who you are. I really do thank y'all for coming because there's gonna be plenty more places and things and places and stuff you can do. Keep yourself on high vibration. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love on your family. If they, if their hearts is, if they let you, some of them won't let you love on them. So just trust God in the process. Keep yourself on high vibration and love yourself. Tell you that again. And I just want to say I love y'all. And until next time, bye.